異世界
The Rebirth of the Malicious Empress of Military Lineage. Chapter 26, Mesmerizing. Yi Peilan's mother, Yi Furen, had a better relationship with Ren Wanyun, and Master Yi, and Shen Gui mutually took care of each other in court. Occasionally Ren Wanyun would also bring Shen Qing to the Yi residence for a visit. Thus, Yi Peilan and Shen Qing had the best relationship, and was also good to Shen Yu. At the presence of the women, the male side of the banquet all looked over. Shen Gui and Shen Wen were busy with government affairs lately, and most likely were unable to come. But, the reason why they look over was not for Shen Gui and Shen Wen. In any case, the formidable great general Shen Xin was very high-ranked in the imperial courts. When the late emperor was alive, the Shen family had a lot of privileges, and was worthy of the name of being in the emperor's inner ministerial circle. Whoever had the military power was qualified to speak. Even if Shen Xin was often not in the capital, if one mentions the Shen family, everyone would be respectful. Thus, Shen Gui and Shen Wan had a smooth-sailing career mainly because of their eldest brother's power. The men look at the Shen family as they were watching a powerhouse family, and the formidable military leader. The females look at the Shen family as though they were a joke. It was still alright among the Furens. After all, even if they felt contempt in their hearts, they would still say some perfunctory words. But the young ladies were different. Perhaps there was some jealousy as Shen Xin had only one daughter, and thus, Shen Miao as Shen Xin's daughter, her status was naturally different. It can be said that it was comparable to a princess, and such a genuine noble daughter was an absolute fool, stupid, and ignorant, and was so timid, and weak, and her love of Prince Ting, Fu Ziyu Yi, had created a lot of jokes. Unfortunately, the falling flower yearned for love, but the heartless brook cripples on, and everyone knew about it. Let alone standing together with such outstanding two Tangjis, one would look more like a countryside girl. Don't know what kind of good show we will see today. His Highness Prince Ting would be present, so Shen Miao would dress up meticulously. Yi Peilan covered her lips, and laughed. Don't you think that it would be even funnier during the academy examinations? With Shen Miao's no brains, she would take the initiative to go up on stage. At that time, it would only be exciting. Zhang Zhejuan followed up with laughter. Bei Wei sighed, and shook his head pretentiously. Did not know what sense did General Shen did in his previous life to have such a daughter. Just as they were talking, one could see a group of people led by a female servant walking into Yantang. The people who were walking impressively right in front were Ren Wanyun and Chen Rikayu. Ren Wanyun was wearing the gold-gilt soft cotton robe. She was naturally on the plump side, and with her hair up on a yuan luo bun, she had a dignified appearance of wealth, and had the air of a matriarch of the family. Chen Rikayu was different. Even though Shen Yu was 16 years of age, she was still like a young married woman. She wore a light pipa green gauze dress, and with one glance, she would be thought of being a gentlewoman from a scholarly family. Behind both of them were Shen Yu and Shen Qing. Shen Yu wore a pair of light pink and plum long skirts, and her long hair was up in a flying fairy style, decorated with pink pearls. The color of the pearls is exceptionally good, that could attract others' gaze to it. Shen Qing, beside her, was wearing a peach blossom red robe that had flowers scattered, was a dazzling color, and coupled with a beihua hairstyle, made her look energetic and cheerful. The jade pendant that was hanging on her waist was translucent and clear. One look, and one would know that it was extraordinary. Both of them were young. One was beautifully gentle, the other was magnanimous. The clothes they wore were worth a lot of money, and they were already quite good looking, but clothes make the man. Thus, Many youths turn over to look at the male side of the banquet. One Darren could not help but praise. The daughters of the Shen family are all good-looking. There is still one. Kai Lin saw his favorite Shen Yu, and was delighted, but he could not help but sneer. Shen family still have a daughter from General Shen, who is the best looking. That Darren did not seem to care about the rumors circulating, and did not know about Shen Miao's critique, so when he heard Kai Lin's words, he thought that it was true. General Shen's daughter would certainly not be lacking. Ah! Kai Lin could not help but laugh, and pointed readily towards Shen Yu's group. Isn't that? He did not finish his words but swallowed them down. He saw that there was still one person walking behind Shen King and Shen Yu. She did not walk together with Shen King and Shen Yu but walk behind alone. This originally would not look good, and one would cower and tremble in fear, but, for unknown reasons, there wasn't the slightness of insignificance. Dark gold embroidered silk with a moon tail. There were large embroidered begonias on the skirt like they were blooming beneath her feet. As the young lady walked, flowers bloom with each step as she moves elegantly. And this young female most likely felt cold as she was covered with a lotus purple silk cloak, which instantly contained the flower patterns, and highlighted the majesties of it. As she walked nearer, everyone could then see her face. It was just a 14 to a 15-year-old young girl who had her hair up in a simple cloud bun, and there was only one silver hairpin that was inserted in it. At the end of the silver hairpin was a small begonia which brightens the outfit instantly with a touch of color which made her quite moving. Her complexion was naturally fair, thus, when she wore the lotus purple dress, it made her skin look creamy, and that pair of eyes were crystal clear, and shining like they belonged to some young cub. There was a slight smile on her lips, but it does not seem to be a laugh. There was some meat on that small cute nose, and her mouth was rosy red. It was a somewhat adorable look, but when everyone looks at her, no one seems to think that this was a young little lady. Some people were naturally beautiful but had no temperament, whereas others might not be beautiful or have a good temperament but were moving. This young lady's appearance was delicate and cute. One would not say that she was exceptionally pretty, but that air around her made one could not help but lose themselves in. That kind of majestic and dignified air came from the noble elegance found in the bottom of her heart. It made others not dare to do anything rash around her, and her walking posture, a slightly lifted chin as the beginning of her skirt did not move as her hand was overlapped in front of her, was done correctly, neither stiff nor consciously, like she has done such actions for thousands of time, and thus, there was no loophole at all. This kind of noble temperament, and the majestic air that came out from her heart made her not look like a 14 or 15 years old young little lady, but a noble and high-ranking married woman that had gone through the vicissitudes of life. Shen Yu, Shen King, Ren Wanyan, and Chen Rikayu in front unknowing became this young lady's background, like the four maids that she brought along. Moreover, by walking lastly, she was their mistress. Who is that? Yi Peilan murmured. Even as a female who saw this young lady, could not help but lose herself. How could someone give such bearing? Is this Shen family's guest? Bai Wei asked. It seemed to be someone who has not seen by the others before. At the male side of the banquet, there was absolute silence. The way males look at people was different from females. Everyone present was people in the official circles, and naturally could see that distinct aspect that this young lady had. It was not the appearance but her bearing, like the calm of one who had experienced the great winds and high waves, and in front of everything maintain a noble attitude, but made others feel her disdain from the inside out. It was like a leopard who ran into a flock of sheep. There was a completely inharmonious feeling. Is this the daughter of General Shen? The person who was talking to Kai Lin now spoke with some excitement. This is indeed a good appearance. Good sense of presence. The student has surpassed the master. Shen Miao? Kai Lin was stunned for a moment, and took a closer look before crying out, "It's Shen Miao?" A stone caused 1,000 ripples, and soon everyone sitting quietened down before an instant uproar followed.